just like that, we're back for our Christmas reunion of Spooky Sundays. Welcome, everyone, to Spooky Sundays. I've got my googly eyes back, you'll be pleased to know. Joining us here this evening, we have Renata Daniel.
Hello.
Cousin Steve, who is not actually related to us. We just call him Cousin Steve because he feels like family. And, of course, myself, Anne Rekovich. Welcome back to Spooky Sundays.
Welcome back, everyone.
This is going to be slightly weird because we're used to having headphones on and microphones in front of us, and we're not used to having people actually see what we do and the freak out that ensues.
But we are professionals, so it's okay. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll make it
Hi,
work.
Tara. Hi, Joe. Hello, other Joe. Hi, Lisa, Linda, Catherine, Cameron. I feel like Miss Kim.
I can see. You never saw Renata, though.
No.
She's
Stay in shot, Steve. Stay in shot. Lean in. Becca Lloyd.
the glue.
Susie. Hello.
First wheeze of the show.
Robin. Kate. Hello. Welcome to Spooky Sundays. All right. Got no idea what we were doing, actually. We're
Brings
just
back
making it up.
so many memories, doesn't it?
It's like
Does.
riding a bike with a rusted seat, isn't it? Slightly
Yes.
uncomfortable, but we can make it work.
We can
for
make
an
it
hour.
work because we've got somewhere to go.
With
We
the
always got
course of
somewhere to go.
antibiotics.
But Anne pointed out that this is the first time we've all been in the same room together since America.
Yes, that's true.
I hadn't seen Steve since we'd left America,
We're
which is unusual because we're normally together every weekend.
We're constantly together usually, but we've just been playing text
Hi,
tag.
Larice. How you doing? And there's our Rosemary.
Hello, Rosemary.
And there's Melanie. And now I'm hoping that Pauline makes it on because Pauline was getting all excited last night. But this is Seamus, who we did meet when we went to Plymouth.
This was after I.
Oh, this is post Steve.
Was this after I left you and there was violence?
Yes. Oh my God.
See what happens? I leave you two for 5 minutes and people get shot in the streets.
That's what happens.
On the block across from
Quite
us.
literally.
That's what happens.
Quite literally.
Look, shall I start off with my first story?
Why
Shall
not?
we
Go crazy.
break
Johnny.
the ice? In the meantime, we are at one stage going to have paranormal Q&A. When's that going to be? What time?
Well, whenever they ask questions, just pop your questions into the comments and I'll star them and we will come back to those as we go. That's the beauty of doing this, is that I can put your comments up just like that.
So do you remember paranormal Q&A, everyone, when you used to have to call in or message in your paranormal?
Yeah, don't text
No,
Spooky
don't-
Sundays because
That could be slightly awkward.
that yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Anyway.
you know what?
No.
Maybe.
No.
Supply and demand.
No.
That's all I have to say.
Right, go for
All
it,
right.
Renata.
Well, I'm bringing back one of our most beloved people that I talked about when it came to the news. Oh, her name starts with B. You know her. You'll know her when you see her face. Have you got a face on?
I do. Because
she's got a
I can
face.
do that here.
Yes.
We're
I think.
multimedia
Hang
tonight.
on.
Yes.
Hang on.
How has she loaded?
You will
I
know.
did load it. Oh, there she is.
You will know who I'm talking about. Brocard. Look at Brocard. Oh, look at that pout. Oh, my gosh. There we are, Brocard. Well, just because we left her alone after she'd married the pirate and dissolved that relationship, she's still being haunted. So go away. What are you doing? So the newest headlines in the Daily Star, where it all happens, is severed head tried to get in my bed with me, and I believe it was notorious ghost. Well, of course, Brocard, you would, because you're trying to make money out of this. Okay.
Oh, outside voice. Outside voice.
Was that a little bit of ectoplasm I saw
Oh.
at the side of no?
That's what the kids are calling
Veteran
it.
ghost hunter Brocard, because you only need one name when you're that famous, was in bed after filming in a haunted Whitby hotel for her YouTube channel when the head with bulbous eyes tried to get under the sheets with her. Now, this is from November.
Your brain went there too.
It's not that far off.
So you're saying the bulbous head was recent?
Yes.
Okay.
Our paranormal expert has told how she's a paranormal expert.
Yeah, an absolute expert. She did do a weekend course. She's got the piece of paper to say she's got the certificate of participation.
Has told how a severed head tried to get into bed with her during a particularly scary hunt. How does a severed head get into bed with you?
I'm glad you managed to get that sentence out. Particularly scary hunt.
If
Say it 3 times.
If you have any ideas how a head would get into a bed,
they drag themselves around by their tongue. It's obvious.
Just put it in the comments, please, people.
Too many jokes.
The seasoned ghost hunter was filming a ghost hunt in a haunted Whitby hotel for her YouTube channel when the apparition made himself known and tried to get comfy late night with her. The star admitted that while ghosts no longer scare her, the severed head did the job, calling it the scariest encounter she has had yet. Brocard, who was previously married to a ghost, explained how the haunted head without a body,
At least they've still got the tongue.
appeared floating beside her as she filmed the overnight paranormal investigation. And there are some saucy photos of her online. She said the ghost
I could have added them into the...
No, it's
Shut
fine. One photo of Brocard is enough.
I can put it back.
The ghost's head had bulbous eyes, which were bloodshot and almost popping out of their sockets. It looked slightly purple and was just hovering without a body attached to it. It was swaying for a while, almost dancing, before it darted towards the bed sheets, lifting them up and disappearing. Oh my God! I sprung out of bed and threw the sheets on the floor, but the head had vanished, said Brocard. I had to leap up. I had to check whether it was still in the bed, but weirdly, I was fairly calm. So those drugs you were taking, gorgeous? Well, fairly calm from someone who's just seen a floating head. It all happened so quickly. That's what they all say, my darling. I didn't even
when
have
you get
time
to a certain age, it all does happen very quickly.
to ask him his name. I had quite a big...
Don't pause! Don't pause!
He had quite a big plump cheeks, sorry, and looked like he was from another era.
Okay.
She
No
said she was told of a notorious ghost who lives at the hotel called Brown Bushel.
Oh. How's your Brown Bushel this
Brown
Christmas?
Bushel. He often appears
Hashtag Sacred Bush.
Now, look, he often appears as a body without a head. She explained.
Well, it can't be him. It's someone else. It's his cousin.
Jokingly, I said that I wonder why nobody has encountered his severed head. I feel like even saying that out loud somehow, that it manifested it and I conjured the floating head. Brown Bushel was a famous naval officer who once owned and lived
a seaman! There you go.
in Bagdale Hall. He was beheaded by axe in 1651 at Tower Hill after being arrested at the end of the Civil War and being found guilty of treason. Okay. She said, over the last year, I've really explored and discussed notions of ghosts and how they present themselves to us. Do they haunt us with the harrowing apparitions of how they died? I've found that this can often be the case. The residual trauma causes the energy to present itself at its worst and in pain. It's often what terrifies people who have ghost encounters.
Otherwise, we couldn't sell.
Yes,
That's
the
right.
singer once married what she claims was the ghost of a Victorian soldier who got divorced less than a year later. Oh, he obviously wasn't performing. She said she first met devilishly handsome Eduardo.
Oh, that's right, Eduardo. Yeah.
When he burst into her bedroom one dark
It's
and
me,
stormy
Eduardo.
night. There you go.
I have
And
a
so-
question.
So the saga goes on with
I
Brocard.
have a question. She said she was filming when this happened.
Yes.
Conveniently, no footage.
There's nothing here. I'd say you'd have to go and maybe onto her
OnlyFans?
webpage or OnlyFans. Yes.
You never know.
Mm.
You never know when you cards like that.
Now, normally, we'd go to a song here.
And this is when Anne's going to treat us to a Christmas standard.
Where's your ukulele?
Good kid.
Up in the front room. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin flew away.
Should we talk a little bit more about our trip?
Well, I was going to ask Renata, what is that T-shirt you've got on, Renata?
Oh, look. This means I actually went.
Look at my bosoms.
So I have the Conjuring House T-shirt.
She literally got the shirt.
We actually did go there. Yes, we participated, and it sounds like we were maybe some of the last people allowed to come in.
And we had a very lovely guide. Her name's Sage, and she was really good. She did a great job as being a guide. She spoke incredibly fast. Like you see it on the American TV shows where they'll go, and now we're going to be in here, and this is the room that Abraham Lincoln, and he stayed over there in that bed, and he used to leave his shoes under there and walking on. And you'd be going, what? It's literally that fast.
I did find that, though, it's because they do it so often, I think. That, you know, it becomes rote. Oh,
but it's still entertaining. We're synced again.
We've got a like mind.
Is anyone else having trouble with the internet? I actually went out today and purchased something to help with said lives because people were saying it was dropping out last time or the picture was blurry. And I warned Renata that I had got a new piece of technology which I was going to be using tonight. You know what it was?
What?
I got Starlink.
Oh, okay.
So it's really easy. Don't pick on Elon, you know how much I love my Tesla. And
the President of the United States.
Problem is
our live feed goes down.
On Starlink. At the moment, we're actually not on Starlink. We're on the ordinary internet because we had to set it up out the back. No, it's out the back, and we've got to get something that.
Got to get a router.
Yeah. So it's not quite reaching. I'll get my googly eyes on.
She's got to get her roto-rooted router.
Yeah. So it's going to be great once it gets going, but if I put it on now, it might drop out, and that's just makes me a little bit worried. Image is clear. I'm back and forth doing the same. Oh, you're cleaning at the moment. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're saying with the Conjuring House, there was activity, but because of the situation within the house, there's cameras everywhere.
Which we found in a couple of locations.
Yes. And we were very mindful. We had to be careful what we said and how we behaved because we had heard that the lady would be watching on the cameras, and if she didn't like what was happening, you'd get booted from the house. So we were just our lovely, delightful selves. Oh, Cade's on. Hello, Cade. How you doing? And at the end of it, the lady said to us, you know, you guys have been fantastic. We've really enjoyed having you here. And I said,
we got that a lot.
Yeah. And I said, we've actually really enjoyed ourselves. It's been a wonderful experience. And the house itself felt like somewhere I would have happily have lived.
Yeah.
It's beautiful woodland setting. There was a library. I liked the library.
Oh, huge surprise.
Yeah. Nice library.
Huge surprise. But we got that vibe everywhere we went when I was with you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone loved us. We were loved at Waverley Hills. We were
Oh,
loved
yes.
everywhere.
Because we were nice.
We're lovely. We're low maintenance
polite.
ghost hunters.
It's low maintenance. So if there's a production crew watching.
So I'd just like to say Robin has Starlink, and she said it's all awesome.
She's startled by stuff.
We are very low maintenance, just saying.
Yeah.
Now
and we're welcome to come back anytime they say.
I'm going to rewind us because I'm going on a tangent because I think people need to understand how the trip started if you weren't following the lives and everything. 17 hours, I think the flight was, wasn't it? 17-ish to get there.
They made me go on economy. There was no upgrades to be had.
We made you do it. But we got there. We were so excited to get there, and then driving on the wrong side of the road and everything. And we got to our glorious 5-star accommodation at the Mount.
At the Indian Mount.
And we were ready to relax and get into bed. And I get a text message from Anne. Renata's left her suitcase on the shuttle bus.
Oh, that's right.
So after travelling for nearly 2 days,
we were exhausted. One leg was 17 hours.
Yeah,
and then
one leg was
another leg.
One leg was 17
hours.
There
was the delay at the airport. We were supposed to be there for 2.5 hours, and we were there for 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So it was agonising.
It was nearly 2 days. I'm pretty sure.
We were there we got to the motel about 2 a.m. in the morning. It was just hideous. And this one goes, I've left my bag on the bus. I was like, I'm not getting it now. You can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
That's fun.
Yeah, we drove to the airport and they actually did have it for her at the hire car place, thankfully. So we got it back because it had your laptop in it, didn't it?
It did.
It did start off well though, because I remember I got into bed. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning at that motel, and my clock radio turned itself on.
Oh yes.
And I
Oh,
went, fudge this, pulled it out of the wall and went to sleep because I was too tired for any kind of bother.
And then
Paranormal or not.
we had to have coffee when we got there, and this one does. And I went, I'm going to have coffee too. So I've made a coffee with their in-house coffee sachets. And they had creamer that you could have in a sachet. And I've ripped it open and poured it in and sort of then put the milk in, and it was like dumplings floating in shitty water.
Like egg drop soup in brown water.
I couldn't do it.
Desperate for drinks, but not that desperate.
And the next day we thought, all right, well, we don't know where we are. We'll just Google somewhere to have breakfast.
At the donut shop, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So, because we were on the border of Missouri and Louisiana, and it took us back sort of into Louisiana, and I just found this donut shop. It had great reviews and coffee. So we thought that'll do. We'll just go there. So we're driving as we're going into the swamps, and I'm looking at the swamps on either side. I go, oh, okay, we're going a little bit out of town here. Got there, pulled up, nearly hit a car, I think, on the way in, if I remember correctly.
I think you remember we nearly hit the car, and then we nearly hit the side of the cafe as
That's right, yeah. I was learning
still trying to figure out the park break.
Not to mention the fact that the mirrors would keep folding in on themselves and then we couldn't see out of the car. That was fun at night. Got to this lovely donut shop, and we've walked in, and we were the only white people there, and there was a table full of very angry African-American men arguing about Trump and Biden. Very angry. And they were going for it. They were every single word under the sun. And we're just sitting there, and the lady's going, do you want to take your coffee to go? And I went, no, we'll have it here. And she's like, going,
no, we're not.
I said, no, I want to watch this. This is fascinating. And they sort of then realised that we were there, and
everyone started to leave.
Yeah, everyone started to leave. But once they sort of the really angry one left, they started to talk to us, and then they really liked us, and they thought we were great. So there we go. I thought that was a fun
so much
moment.
so that they got out a globe.
They did. I forgot.
They got out a globe.
Yes.
Yeah.
To work out where
we had come from.
Where Australia was, and then where Newcastle was.
Yes. And Newcastle was on the globe.
Yes, it was. It was one of those old-fashioned
Yeah.
globes.
Newcastle was on.
But they actually had a globe in the cafe.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fun. Now, Lisa said she once picked up someone else's luggage by accident. Imagine the panic that ensued when I realised I had. Roman did the same thing. He grabbed, this was international. He grabbed the suitcase. He went through customs. He got outside and he went to get something out of the suitcase. And he opened it up. It was all ladies' lingerie and stuff in there. And he's gone, oh, shoot. So then, of course, you're not allowed to go back into customs and all that. So he had to go and find someone. And
there we go. Merry Christmas.
oh, my God.
And vet.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, I've thrown my story now.
Thank you
Oh, my
so
gosh.
much.
Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm having a moment.
Women's underwear.
Yeah, women's underwear, my husband. Not his underwear or mine. Yeah, he eventually did get the bag in and had to find his bag and get it all sorted. But yeah, that could have been really bad if somebody was trying to smuggle drugs or something in.
Yep.
In the ladies' crotch or the niggers. I hope he didn't sniff them first.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Your story, Anne.
Oh,
Story time.
I'm not at all prepared, guys. I'm feeling a little bit lost tonight. I sat down to try and do the study that's required, and my mind went blank. But I thought, let's go with some spooky encounters at Christmas time. Now, I got this one from Mysterious Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen to their podcast. They do an amazing podcast. I am a paid member, so I can read all their stories and things like that.
And so does Cade, by the way, who is on here. I don't know whether he's still on here. But Kate, if you're on here, just put a link to your podcast as well. And you've got a documentary.
Yeah, you got a doco.
Wow.
By the way, how good does this look? How good does this look here with the thing above our head and all professional? You'd be surprised what's actually behind us. Anyway, so there was a gentleman called Brett Swanser who did a story, Sinister Christmas Encounters with the Supernatural. So he had a couple of stories. I picked out one, maybe two of them. This one is a lady called Caitlin Williams who back in 1996 was living in her parents in Bluffton, Indiana.
Bless you.
And she claims that when they first moved into the house when she was a child, she didn't feel quite right about it. It felt a bit creepy. She felt like she was being watched, like there was eyes boring into her, especially when she was lying in the bed at night by herself. So one year around Christmas time, I was having a friend spend the night. Oh, I hope you're not a child anymore. I hope you're a little bit older. Oh, it might be a young friend. They might be young still. Anyway, the heat had just shut off briefly, and she and I were sitting in the living room watching television when the temperature dropped substantially.
Because the heat turned off?
The heat just turned off. As I rose to turn up the heat, the Christmas tree began to shake violently. Ornaments were falling off
like
right
Shakira.
And left. And she and I were terrified. We ran.
There we go.
Get Renata's glasses.
And we're back to normal.
So the pink ones.
Oh, the pink ones.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
My pink glasses.
All right, so we ran upstairs and lay down on my bed, as you do when you're terrified. Run upstairs and lay down on a bed. My white cat curled up with us.
It suits you. I think they suit about everyone, those glasses.
You can wear mine.
I can be.
So the white cat curled up on the bed and my door was open slightly. When I gazed out at the dark hallway, I was horrified to see a tall white figure run down said hallway. I turned to my friend and she acknowledged that she had seen the exact same thing. She never spent a night there with me ever again. Wow. After this rather sinister and startling event, things seemed to have quietened down for several years until the witness came down with what she calls a chronic illness. So this is Caitlin. Paranormal activity began to make itself known yet again and became especially pronounced and frightening when she turned 18 and her grandfather passed away.
Oh, sad.
The activity covered quite a few things like moving objects, weird noises, the shadow figure yet again, apparitions prowling the house.
Bleh.
And she said it started out with the voices. That's not good when you turn 18 and
I'm hearing voices.
That's really not good. I've got that weird light on. Hang on, I've got to turn that night light off because we all look like we've got jaundice.
We've brightened up a lot.
Right.
We just look like we've come out of the crypt now.
That's all right. They didn't see that yellowy colour that was there. Roman always likes to improve on something. My husband's retired, aren't I lucky? Anyway,
it's just happened. You don't know what's coming yet. I'll ask you in 3 months' time.
Yeah, okay. There was a flurry of voices coming from downstairs and even more frightening outside her room. The parents were always asleep when this would happen, and their room was right next to mine with a vent. So I could hear my parents sleeping next door.
You look like some sort of disco DJ.
Who's the vent when she's at home?
I love those glasses.
Everyone's saying Randy Savage, the WWE wrestler.
Okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
All right. So anyway, she could hear things from her parents' room through the vent.
Oh, so you shouldn't be listening in.
No, you should not. She'd always get up and check all the rooms, and there was no TV on, nothing to account for the voices. Getting more and more scared as the voices started happening every night. Then they started to see shadow figures. Oh, we know what shadow figures are, don't we? Yep. They varied in size, but they were always human-shaped, except for once. One night, I was walking out of my room with my cat in my arms, and
I'm full of pussy.
And she began to growl ferociously.
Wow.
You're channeling Oliver, aren't you?
I am.
Hang on up. That's when I looked down the hall and saw a shadow the size of a large dog.
That's a large
dog running down the hall very quickly. We don't own a dog. We owned one before I became ill, but were forced to give it away.
Give it away.
I've just lost all respect. Forced to give it away due to the fact that we could no longer provide it with the proper care that it deserved. In that case, that's fair enough. My cat growled and growled until the shadow went away. For all the other times that I saw the shadow figure, they never took the form of a dog again. From that point on, the shadows were strictly human-shaped, some tall, some child-sized, but they frightened me to death. I would lie in my bed at night, tortured by the fear that I was going insane because no one else was experiencing this. When I confessed my experience to my parents, guess what they did?
I said, you're stupid. Wake up to yourself. Just go to sleep.
No, they took it to a psychiatrist.
They got some ECT.
But that's good. That needed to happen, right? So they needed to make sure that there was nothing sinister going on, so to speak. Well, sinister in the brain. Might be sinister in the bedroom.
Sinister.
So they took it to a psychiatrist, but they could find nothing wrong with them. But they continued to see the shadow figures up until the last few months that they lived there. So the strange experiences would stop when they moved to the new home. And this lady then said they vividly remembered the malevolent invasion that's all started one night at Christmas time.
La, 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 la. The elves are coming.
So that was the Christmas link, I believe. I don't think this is the same story that goes on here. That's a bit of a downer, isn't it? They said there was another account from a witness who posted on Pinterest. Claims that one night at Christmas when he was a child, they got up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom when he heard an undefinable voice whisper in the darkness. He looked up and started to see a bright red light. It must be our house. We've got red lights everywhere.
Roxanne.
Yeah, my husband has this thing for red lights. Anyway, that doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, they saw a red light shining against the wall at the bottom of the stairs. He was transfixed by this odd light as no one was awake and there was no discernible source for it. To his child's mind, he began to think it was actually Santa Claus. Santa's going to dump his sack. The witness that then crept down the stairs following the anomalous light, expecting to see Santa down there unloading prezzies. But this is where things would get rather strange and terrifying because this is what the witness said. That's when I heard him. A very strong masculine voice.
G'day.
Different from the first. Not at all like my father's. Not to say that he isn't masculine, it's just distinctly different. It said, stop right now, go back up those stairs.
Stop right now, go back up those flaming stairs, you mongrel. It's Alf Stewart.
Alf's here. Bloody
you galah. Strike me road.
Oh, listen, turn around, and what happened next, I'm not sure. I would believe if someone had told me this same story. After reaching the top of the stairs, I heard a very loud crash that sent me running back to my mother's bed where I jumped straight under the covers and stayed there the whole night. Sheets of protection. When we awoke the next morning, the poinsettia lights. We all know what poinsettia is.
Poinsettia lights?
That's very flashy, isn't it? Poinsettia lights.
Poinsettia lights.
It's a little Christmas flower that glowed red, apparently. My mother had put on the railing down the stairs, which were pulled straight down to the bottom of the stairs. Some were broken from what seemed like a forceful tear, and they were laying in a single pile.
So from the cat that you had on a different
No, it's
story.
a different story.
Sorry.
We didn't have a happy ending on that story. She just said there was an
invasion at Christmas.
An invasion of the house of all these spirits, and that was it. Nothing, we didn't get... Anyway,
anyway.
The dry sink in my, the forceful tear laid in a single pile. The dry sink in my living room had fallen from the wall. A dry sink.
Maybe it was an old sink. Maybe it's...
had fallen from the wall. My mother could not explain it. My father was worried we had been the victims of a home invasion. My sister cried. But there was nothing missing. Nothing had been broken into, and there did not seem to be any reason that this had happened. And then I saw it. I kept quiet about it because I was so afraid I could not force the words out of my mouth. There, on the edge of the wooden dry sink, which had been facing up, were 3 indentations where the finish on the wood had been worn, almost as if with a forceful grip. Something down there had grabbed it and threw it down. And that was what the bang was. True story.
Oh, is that it?
That's it, sorry.
Well, I've got to say, before we go on, that the Daily Mail and the Mirror are really starting to let people down with their ghost stories. I must have gone through so many to try and find anything that was even closely or remotely interesting before I got to the end. And you went, that's as boring as shit. So I don't know, maybe the ghosties are all on holidays over there at the moment. But yes, pick up your game, Daily Mail.
Come on.
Give us some really gripping ghost stories, not this rubbish that you're putting out there. That kind of really, it's a whole story about some ghost that just kind of opened a door. So all of this before and after, and the whole thing was about this one creak in the door, and that was it.
That's not scary.
That's the type of stuff you're getting nowadays. Honestly.
But they're claiming that's demonic.
It's all gone downhill as far as I'm concerned. Where's the juicy stuff gone? Where's the possessions and the demons?
Who gets possessed these days?
And all of that sort of stuff? Where am I supposed to
Zach
find
Baggins has them all under contract.
Well, he does. Do you know he's put in like $28 million or something to form a production company, and he's putting two that went up my nose.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got an Eric bit of fluff.
Two horror movies are coming out next year, or being produced next year by dear old Zachy Poo. So look, you have all donated to him very, very nicely, because he not only has a luxurious house, but he's putting a production company together. Lordy me, he's done well.
You're just jealous, Renata.
I am.
You're just jealous.
Oh, look, I am. I'll say it. I am.
We just didn't get there first, and it's a bit upsetting.
All right. Now, I'm sorry. I'm just.
You've got a bit of a little tease, do you?
And look,
hang on.
Oh, we gone?
No, we're over there. I started the wrong way.
If you're a follower of dear old Zach Bags,
Z-Bag,
just put in "I love Zach" in the comments, please. I'd love to know, out of the 30 odd people that we have on at the moment, if you are.
You're not odd. You're just people.
Zach aficionados. Would love to know.
I was just trying to find some sneaky footage from Waverly Hills.
Speaking of. We'll give away the ghost a little bit about something that happened there.
I don't mind. I think we may have already alluded to some.
Yeah. Let's just say we talked about shadow figures.
Yes.
And I myself am not really a shadow figure person, as you are not usually.
Mm-hmm.
When it happens to you, it's a little bit different.
Mm.
We push some boundaries at Waverly Hills. So it is coming, people. It is coming. No, I didn't. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say as an epic teaser and tease to what's going on. But the footage is coming. There is stuff we are working on. I am working on the first installment now, which is Lemp.
Oh, yes.
And look, I have to say that in all the places that or you would normally feel as though you were going to get some sort of interaction, or you were told that that's a ghostly spot at Waverly Hills, we really didn't get anything at all that night. It was right towards the very end, so it was kind of early hours of the morning, and we were kind of at a point where we go, what could we do? What's kind of, look.
We're not going to fake it either.
Yeah, this particular area here, just down this one particular corridor, seemed to be the most vibey out of all.
Well,
the places.
you did have an experience.
Yeah. Should we mention it there? Let's just say we were heading for a setup. for our last setup of the evening
Mm-hmm.
in a room that had been reported to have a lot of activity, which we didn't necessarily experience.
It was the sister's room or something.
Yes, correct. Yeah. We didn't necessarily experience it. While I was filming it, there was a lot going on. And I had previously had an experience when we were walking there that no one else saw.
And you got quite freaked out.
I would say freaked out. I was just like,
I just saw that. Your voice went up an octave.
Like, that's something that I didn't expect to see when I turned around. And I don't want to say too much because we'll include it. Because it was interesting.
But I sort of did want to share something funny with you if you're up for it. I've just got to find where it is. I took to America with me my brand new drone. And I only flew it twice when we were in Wellington, in Australia. And one of the times I was trying to get it to land and it shot straight up into the sky where we couldn't see it. And then we could hear it starting to come back down. So that was okay. I sort of got the hang of it, but then we hadn't done much. We went to that mansion and I did okay there, but I keep losing it.
You did. And there's a very funny couple of minutes where you two don't know where the drone went and it's just sitting above you and you're like looking around. I did have a little cackle myself.
I can't hear it, so they could hear it, but I couldn't hear it. It was that pitch that is lacking in my head.
And it was, for those of you that don't know where Lemp Mansion is, it's directly opposite a highway, a very busy highway. So hearing anything,
you can't retrieve the bloody drone, and it was just a new one. You just bought it.
Yeah. So I got some good shots. I think I got some good drone shots.
There's some great shots in it.
Then I thought we'll dig it out at Waverley, but the problem was we got to Waverley Hills quite late. And it got dark.
Just got to Waverley Hills.
And I'm going, because there were so many accidents on the freeway. Remember that? Really bad.
And the hour time difference.
Yeah. And we had Melissa and we had Patrick with us as well. That's Patrick from the Big Seance podcast. And I was determined to get this drone shot. I had this idea in my head that I'd send the drone out into the darkness and then I'd fly it back in through these big open veranda windows and then through the broken window into the room where we were investigating.
Cinematic.
It was a great idea. It was a really good idea.
In theory, yes.
So we were up on like the 4th floor and then there's a basement level down. So we were really high up. I've sent the drone out into the darkness.
Can't see where the freaking thing is.
I had no idea where it was because everything was black. But this, if you'd like to see it, is the footage of the said drone. It's completely black.
Kate, if you're watching, no judgment, please.
No judgment. And then I sort of got the bright idea that maybe if I turn it, because I couldn't work out which was up and down, and then I thought, if I can see the light, I can fly it to the light. Go to the light. Go to the light. So you can see it over there. And then we go, there it is. There it is. So we're starting to bring the drone back in. No, I think we're still trying to find it at that stage. We could sort of see that it was there and it's hovering. And like if I tried to land it, I would have had to go right out around back down to this level. And it would have been over 1 kilometre to get back down to it. So here it is off in the distance. And then it started getting further away. And I went, oh, no,
I can't hear it anymore. I can't hear it anymore.
And then it's gone.
Is it stuck in the trees? This was the conversation.
And this was not a cheap drone. It was an expensive drone.
That was the real horror of Waverley Hills. We've lost the drone.
So I'll just
wait.
I'll jump in a little bit so you can see where we're up to.
Oh, there's the moon.
And then somebody said, let's put a flashlight out there and see if we can find it. It could be the moon. I don't know. So we did that. And when we started...
We're coming in.
We're coming in. All right.
Oh, look at the cinema.
So Melissa was very good at this. She was saying, let's get the flashlights out onto it. We'll see if we can find it. So, there it is.
This is where we're going to try and fly it through the window.
Yep. I think it's actually quite effective when you sort of see it. And
See it,
this is
it'd
me
be
just trying to adjust it to get it back in. And at this stage, we had lost all patience. We were tired. We just wanted to get the shots because we had literally landed in America and gone back to back to back investigations.
Investigation.
Yeah, and we were tired. We were tired. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, this was a little bit earlier. This was...
There, so there's a flashlight. It's coming through. It's coming through the windows.
Not the hole we wanted, though. Readjust.
And then we needed to get the flashlight down so that we could get the photo of it coming through. But it's close now, so at least we're close.
Closer,
Here he goes.
closer.
Here it goes.
She's looking.
Everyone, pretend like you're investigating. Quick, pretend like you're investigating.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we've got to go sideways.
Cockeye.
We've got to go sideways. I couldn't remember how to get it go sideways.
Hello.
This way, says Melissa. Come this way. No, not that way. Not that way. No.
Backwards, forwards, in. Oh, we've got the zoom.
And it was cold. It was really
It
cold.
wasn't that cold. I expected it to be colder for a place with no windows.
So Anne's learnt now that we don't fly drones at night when we've got no freaking idea what we're doing.
I've had a thought about that.
Okay.
Put some reflective tape on it.
Yeah, I need little flashing lights or something, but it might interfere with the...
But that's what I mean, just some of that glow in the dark.
But we'll get the shot in a second.
This is the shot.
We'll get the shot. So there she comes. Here's the window. You've got to go through there.
That's Renata looking happy.
Go through there. And she's going to get out of the road. Guys, pretend like you're investigating. Right? Get your spirit box. And this is what happens in the filming of these episodes, right? There's think Patrick. It's all real.
Hi.
There's Patrick.
And we didn't have Renata well lit enough.
No. It's all right.
This is how
the ending is the funniest bit.
This is how the bread is made. Look at her. Renata.
Isn't this riveting? This is riveting.
This is me going, hurry up.
Come over here. Come over here, bitch.
Stop now. Go that way.
Can you see he's had enough?
You see, I've lost.
We've lost viewers. We've lost viewers.
Oh, look at my face. I'm not happy about it. And you want it coming in? Look at me. I'm giving the monologue.
Anne's got no idea which way to go.
I was getting really frustrated at this
We're all like,
I'd had enough.
Shouldn't we have figured this out before we started trying to shoot?
We're running out of time.
At this end, I've gone, I can't land it. I don't know what to do. So this is what I did. I
turned it around.
I crashed it. That's all. There it is.
Blue,
we're upside down.
Blue.
I had to crash it to stop it because I could not work out how to stop the friggin' thing. Oh my God. Meanwhile,
that dust on my shoes and my jeans would not come off until we got back here.
Oh, really?
I wore those jeans to an investigation that we did, and it still had Waverly Hills dust on it. I cleaned them, and it's still dusty. So I brought a bit of Waverly home. Don't tell Customs.
And then poor Steve has to try and edit this together into.
Well, that's not going anywhere. That bit.
Oh, there's a little bit there that's okay.
No,
look,
there's not.
Well, the drone has landed. I'm surprised it flew again. That's okay.
It's a little bit wobbly now, but I kept
it's a little bit wobbly.
I kept making the mistake of when I'd get it out, there's the drone and you set it all up and then you've got this little control thing with the joysticks on. I'd forget to put the joysticks on it, so I'd get it out and I'd start it up and it'd hover and then it would start to just drift sideways and I'd go to fix it and go, I haven't got the joysticks on, I can't do anything.
It doesn't help that you were like both times that you tried to do those exteriors, it was like we were rapidly losing sunlight.
Yeah.
Rapidly.
Did like the Oliver House ones. The Oliver House.
The beginning of Lamp Mansion looks good.
Yeah.
Steve, would you like to do your story now?
We can hurry us up, are you?
Yes.
We're nearly finished. We've only got 15 minutes left. It's time to go to the creepy corner.
Enough about your drone. You've been droning on about the drone, Anne.
It does have a return to base, Shane, but because I had started it off inside, it didn't have the satellite.
So it just would have went down.
Yeah, it just would have gone straight down. It's a beginner's mistake.
We sacrificed enough to the death tunnel. which you might find out about when we get
that's
that footage out as
Yes,
well.
we won't.
We sacrificed enough.
We
to the
made a
Death Tunnel.
sacrifice.
But Creepy Corner.
Creepy Corner.
Crack it open, ladies. Welcome back to the Creepy Corner.
Oh.
Digging the dirt on all things
Nice to have a
pop
backstage
culture
with the
and
creepy corner.
paranormal.
Mhm.
Check out the peas
I'm
everywhere.
just going to wipe everything down now.
Really love it. It's all good for you. So, Christmas isn't going to suck.
Oh, really?
Well, not for Americans anyway, because guess what's coming to theatres on Christmas Day?
What? Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Oh, there's a Christmas
That's
Day
right.
for you.
Robert Edgar's remake of the 1922 film.
Yes. With
Count
Lily
Orr.
Rose.
Lily Rose Depp, correct?
Yeah.
And Bill Skarsgård
Oh,
Yes.
as Count Orlok.
Oh, nice.
And they're not showing you Nosferatu.
he is-
As far as you get is a kind of a 2/3
Yeah.
or 1/3 side view, so you don't know. Apparently, it's as scary as all shit.
Yes, the trailer is out now. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It is coming out, as I said, Christmas Day in America, but Australia, we have to wait till January 20th.
Should
never
we
get the
go
good
and
stuff.
I wonder if
review?
I'll get it on the plane.
No,
Shall we go and review it?
I think we just go. Oh, I'm definitely going to go see it. But everything old is new again because in January, we're also getting a remake of The Wolfman.
Oh.
The Wolfman is back. So this one is starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, Justin Blunt, and Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
I know. And the trailer for this one is out now as well. It is looking uber violent and scary, and as you do with wolves, you know. Do you remember? I liked the remake they did with, I think it was Benicio del Toro and what's her name? From A Quiet Place.
Sandra Bullock.
No, A Quiet Place.
Oh, I know. That one.
That one. John Krasinski's wife. Can't remember her name now.
Yes.
But do you remember the movie from the 90s, Wolf? With Michelle Pfeiffer and Jack Nicholson? Who remembers that movie?
Yes, I do. Yes.
They like the Wolfman story every now and then. Just
Yeah.
keeps coming back every
Keeps coming back.
generation. But so this is, remake of 1941 because Universal Studios are opening their
New section.
monster themed section next year.
Mhm.
So we're getting Emily Blunt, thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Yes, thank
Tip of my tongue.
you.
So there's going to be Universal Monsters happening. This kind of triggered with the Invisible Man remake that we got a couple of years ago.
They've
Remember that
got
one?
no new scripts, have they?
Yes.
I mean, Invisible Man was amazing. So if Wolfman is going to be half as good as Invisible Man, there's also Bride of Frankenstein, which I think Angelina Jolie is directing.
Oh.
She was going to direct and star. I don't know if that's still happening because she's.
They're kind of moving away a little bit from Marvel, the Marvel heroes. I think they've done that.
Well, everyone wants a cinematic universe now. Everyone wants a movie that they can franchise out and have 17 different things and go, oh, that's a cash cow. That's a cash cow. That's a cash cow.
Was The Howling the David Bowie one? There was one with David
No, that was
Bowie.
The Hunger.
Oh, yes.
Catherine Deneuve.
Yes.
That was vampires.
There was one with a panther as well.
But there is one franchise that is coming to an end next year.
Oh,
Yes.
please let it be.
Conjuring the Last Rites.
Oh, blessed be. Thank you.
Filming has wrapped.
Lords.
Filming has wrapped. They are keeping
Finally
it.
decided we've had
They are
enough.
keeping it very stum as to what it's about. It's called Conjuring Last Rites, and the storyline on Internet Database simply says paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren take on one last terrifying case involving mysterious entities they must confront.
And a teenage girl.
So who knows what case it is? But, and it's a big but,
Yes.
there's a TV series coming.
And
A
Lorraine.
Conjuring-based TV series.
Oh.
So methinks, this is my brain saying,
They're
because
going to kill him off.
he died like a long time before
Yeah.
Lorraine. So I think they've signed Vera Farmiga on for the TV series. He's gone.
Yeah.
So we'll see more of Lorraine by herself
Are
in
they
a
gonna
TV series. Which
Tell the truth.
No, that's not a
I'm
sell anything.
surprised that they've kept on with it when there's this information in the background about Ed and Lorraine, really, when you think about
in the
it.
spirit of giving, though, I do have a little gift for each of you.
Oh, what?
Oh, we're not prepared.
That's all right.
Oh, thank you.
It's in
Thank
the
you.
spirit of the show, in the spirit of the news. So,
Oh.
how crazy.
Oh.
The eyes are going to be missing. They're blue.
Oh, no.
Oh,
They're blue.
it's
got a green screen.
But it gets better, folks,
Oh, it
because
gets
there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Pull them out, ladies.
Oh, I get Lorraine. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
We had to, I feel like they belong in the spooky studio.
They do.
Oh my god!
So to prove that pop culture and the paranormal are constantly married.
I love it.
Terrifying.
Oh my god!
Oh, and he's in a Ghostbusters outfit.
Yeah, he's
no
busted.
less. Look.
She's holding the demon Jack in the Box.
Yes, and she's got a. I was wondering whether she would have her Irish, her Scottish quilting thing on.
She does.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Thank you so
There we
much.
go.
Oh, they'll be going on the shelf.
So in the room, no matter how many times we have things to say about them, they'll be on our shoulder.
Oh, it's
He's
recording
recording
device.
audio.
Right, he's recording audio.
He's
Yes.
recording audio.
For the
So
book. Oh, thank
Merry
you so
Christmas
much.
in the creepy corner, folks.
Oh,
There's
thank you.
Still lots of pop culture and paranormal to come.
Wow. Oh, look, what would life be without The Conjuring? We have grown up with these stories. Honestly, most of us who have been following this sort of stuff have grown up listening to Ed and Lorraine Warren explaining themselves away. And then The Conjuring movies coming up with all of this stuff. It's only when you dig into the real stories that you sort of really become horrified, which, you know.
Could you imagine bobbleheads of you and me? You'd have a tiny little head.
We did have one made though. Oh, well, not made. Remember Dave did them up for us when you could make your own. Dave Mann did them up, and he did one of me as well.
Yeah, but
They're not made.
No,
you
we don't
can
physically
get
have
them made.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
Butts Martin had his done.
So you can get them made. So it is a possibility.
God, blimey.
It is a possibility. Come on.
To put on the dash.
Just get your own bobbleheads made. That's not
With
bad.
googly eyes.
A question for all of you for next year. What do you want to see more of? The 31 beautiful people that are here. What do you want to see more of from Anne and Renata? Would you like to see more Spooky Sundays? We can't commit to one a week, but we might be able to commit to a couple more Spooky Sundays. What would you like to see? Would you like to see us investigate in different places? Like go for those little trips and do lives while we're there. The internet's such a bugger at some of these places, but if we could get good internet where we go, not necessarily, away too far, but some of the haunted places close by, we could do some more lives.
Yeah, Spooky Sundays and Diary of a Ghost Hunter.
Yes.
Makeup tutorials. I reckon we should do.
I was about to say it and somebody said it.
You weirdos.
Oh, first time mentioning yourself. Thank you for writing a comment. Welcome.
Please, cooking. Second time as well.
What the hell with the cooking, people? Why?
I had a wonderful recipe ready for tonight,
He did.
and they would not be a part of it.
He did. But see, you'd have to film it and edit it.
We could have done it today.
We do lives. You do
Yeah,
lives.
we could have done it earlier. It didn't take long. It was cream cheese.
Yeah, putting our tools to work before we do. Oh, sorry. Oh, look at
We also have see, with all of us. We've also developed a new catchphrase.
Don't be
America.
a dickhead.
No, in America.
What?
I'll do it at the end. I've got my own part now.
Okay.
Got my own. You'll remember it when I say it.
Hey guys, first time commenting. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, Adam.
Starting listening to you in October, so currently listening to 3 years behind.
Oh, wow.
You like the vlogs? We've got so much footage.
It's coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm struggling as well. The problem being is that we were away and we had to do all these pre-records to cover while we're away for America. We've been home for 5-6 weeks.
And then
I've had two
pesky thing called life happened.
I've had 2 surgeries and been in hospital and recovering from, kidney stones and shit. I just haven't been able to do anything.
2025 is going to be packed.
Steve's had concerts and things on, so we're we've really fallen behind. And now Renata and I are frantically recording to cover me for when I go to Finland. So I'm going to Finland and Norway with my lovely husband, Roman.
Worst case scenario, we'll go rogue, Renata, and film our own podcast.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'll guest on True Hauntings. We'll be gorge.
We'll do rogue podcast while she's not here.
So I'm currently working on what's the castle that we went to visit? We did a podcast on it. The one that's
you did a podcast on a castle.
It's like the chess pieces in Ireland.
I don't know.
I'm working on
Lisa. What was it?
I'm working on Leb Mansion.
I know what it is. Duckett's Grove.
Oh yes,
Duckett's Grove. So I'm actually working on that one, and you can actually see a little bit of it if I share a screen with you. I shared it with some of our regulars the other day.
You can actually share the opening of Dingo as well.
Hang on.
If we're sharing.
Hang on.
I'll share that, and then I'm going to go. How do I? All right, I'll have to set it going, and then. Not that.
Not your card details,
no, not the porn. I've lost it now. Where am I? I forgot what I'm doing. Share screen. Right, at the stage. There it is. That's a great freeze for. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
That's still the drone footage.
That's this one. So as you can see, this one is on its way.
Hi, welcome to another Frightfully Good adventure. We today are at Duckett's Grove. Now, the True Hauntings podcast has done a podcast on this, so if you want to know the history and all about it, check that out. But in the meantime, check this out.
See what I've done?
Oh, she's got titles.
See what I've done? I've done things. So it's coming. It is all coming.
If you've got Dropbox open, you can share the opening to Dingo.
Okay, well, you guys keep talking while I find it.
More haunted holidays are coming up as well, aren't they?
Yes.
For next year.
More haunted holidays. Will we be doing any more collabs with Isaac? We don't know. Not sure.
He wants to. It's just a matter of time.
That thing called life.
Yeah.
That seems to be getting in the way of everything.
Yeah, and his main bread and butter is stand-up comedy. So he takes a lot of time during the year to go on tour and do tours around Australia.
So sorry.
Bless you.
Just trying to hold on to it.
Where am I, Steve? What am I looking
for? Video.
Right, go. Keep going.
Yeah, so we've just got to catch a particular time for us to get together. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we'll at least have one.
All right, so I've got this one for you. Just to show that we are working on it. It is coming. So it's Christmas. Oh, very soon. So I'm just trying to look around the corner of the camera to be able to see what this is, and I'll pop that into the stage so you can see it there.
Hi, it's Anna and Renata. We have arrived at Lemp Mansion, right behind us there. That's where we're going to be sleeping. Oh my God, we are going to be sleeping in the William Lemp room, where he committed suicide very sadly. See you on the dark side.
There's my drone footage!
Said to be one of the 10 most haunted places in America, the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri, plays host to the tragic ghosts of the Lemp family.
And there we go.
Just a bit of a teaser.
Just to tease it out.
Just a baby tease for everyone.
So 2025, we are going to try very, very hard to give you more lives and more content for you to enjoy. We hope you're still enjoying our stuff. Are you still enjoying our stuff? Do you still like the way we do things? I mean, we are different to all of the other people that are out there.
We're honest.
So just let us know. Yeah.
We're old. And me personally has a few rolls of fat.
So yeah, we're going to try and do a lot more.
Hi, Maxine.
We probably will not be on live like this. We'll probably be, talking to all of you kind of personally before Christmas. But
This is before Christmas.
I know, but even close to Christmas. But we don't. We desperately want to tell you all how much we depend on you guys and love you guys for our support. We couldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be here if all of you guys and girls weren't supporting us and watching all of the stuff that we put up and sending us all of that beautiful, the stars and you know, buying us
The
coffees and the
and
super stickers
yeah.
and everything. You know, it does take time out of our normal lives to do. Unfortunately, none of us still have enough finance to be able to do this 24 hours or to have this as our main job. We still have to go and actually earn a crust to pay our bills. But I don't think we could not do it. Yeah, it's what we love. So, you know, we all wish you all a very, very awesome and amazing Christmas and a wonderful new year. Keep on to the pages. You know, we'll be doing a few little updates and things telling you what we're doing. And, yeah, let us know how you go.
And Roman and I will be taking camera away with us as well, not to film our private moments, but to film some of the beautiful scenery in Norway and Finland. And we have even booked a haunted hotel to stay at in Flom. So, Flom. We're going on the Flom Railway. So we'll try to give you some spooky content and some of the lore and the legends, because they're all into the trolls.
Yes, they are.
In Norway.
Trolls everywhere.
I'm hoping to see the Northern Lights. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip for me and Roman. She won't go because there's a cruise. We do take her on our family holidays sometimes. We took you to England, Europe with us. She had to share a room with us for 2 weeks. Actually, it was more than that. It was 3 weeks. Roman only walked around in his undies. It wasn't too bad.
That's right. We were too sick to notice.
Yeah.
We both were almost dying.
Coughing up a lung. I literally had the pillow on the bus and I was putting my face into the pillow and coughing into it because I was so ill. Yeah.
The joys of travel.
Yeah. So look out for me with a dog sled with Roman and I trying to drive it. We're going to die. And also reindeer sleigh ride looking for the Northern Lights. I leave in 3.5 weeks.
Not that she's counting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap.
Well, that brings us to the end of Spooky Sundays. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've enjoyed the reunion. We are going to try to get more consistent with our content. We keep saying that every year, but our lovely person who came on for the first time ever and said, yes, we need to market. We need to, that's not our area of expertise. We don't understand. We may need to get someone who can help us, who actually has qualifications this time. And it's not, anyway, won't go there.
Dear.
That was my outside voice. Yes, we will work on that. But guys, it's time to say farewell. Merry Christmas to you all. We may get on before New Year. We'll see.
Oh, we're definitely getting on before New Year.
Can you?
I've got nothing but time.
So,
now.
do you have anything on next Sunday?
Yes, I've got a tour.
Renata's going to be.
Oh no. We'll see.
If you are in Newcastle over the holiday period,
yes.
Newcastle Ghost Tours. Renata's doing walking tours of Newcastle and some beautiful scenery, some great stories. Make sure you book it.
Yep. Oh, you won't see me there, but too hot. I'm going to sit in the air conditioning.
Walking hot summer.
Hot. Yes. Anyway, love you all. We'll see you on the dark side.
Stay spooky.
Don't be a dickhead and
blow it out your ass. Merry Christmas.
Bye, everyone.
Merry Christmas.